Um, there is a basic mathematics I want to teach, and from my experience in teaching mathematics in schools, I have realized that some students are finding some basic mathematics difficult, like in a directed number. Some students find it difficult to solve mathematics like that. So I have encountered so many challenges concerning that. That is why I decided to put down these these solvings to clear them on how to do that. So one of them is in a multiplication. In a multiplication, some people find it difficult what will be the result if you multiply minus minus, or if you multiply minus plus. Even in division, some find it difficult in dividing a number that has minus minus, dividing them. Even in subtraction, some find it difficult to subtract minus number from minus number. So all these things, they are confusion. They used to be confused to some students. So that is why I want to clear it now. So let me move the board and show some examples. Like, let me start with simple one. Like when you have minus multiplied by minus, the answer is plus. Minus multiplied by minus. In other words, minus times minus, the answer is what? Plus. Let me give you example with number. When you have minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, so what will be the answer? You will see now that minus, remember what I said here, minus multiplied by minus will give you plus. So therefore, minus multiplied by minus will give you what? Plus. Now you now say 2 times 2 will give you what? 4. So, and that is one thing about this multiplication. And another thing there is you can even see minus multiplied by plus. In this case, minus multiplied by plus, the answer is what? Minus. So now, giving example with it, you will now see, giving example with number, you will now see that minus 2 multiplied by plus 2, for example. So now remember what I said about minus multiplied by plus will give you minus. Now the same thing here, minus times plus will give you minus. Then 2 times 2 will give you 4. So in multiplication, whenever you are multiplying two numbers, whenever you are multiplying two numbers that has minus minus, the result or the answer will give you plus. Just like minus times minus, the answer is plus 4. Then whenever you're multiplying a number, one of the numbers has minus and the other one has not minus, maybe the other one is plus, the answer will give you minus. Take for instance like this one, minus 2 times plus 2, the answer will give you minus 4. So all this used to be difficult for some students. So, and another one in a division that I have to clarify you is is uh, when you have division. Division. So division minus divided by minus will give you what? Plus. That is minus divided by minus will give you what? Plus. So using a number, for example, when you have minus 10 divided by minus 2. So remember, minus divided by minus will give you plus. So minus divided by minus will give you what? Plus. Then 10 divided by 2 will give you what? 5. So your answer is plus 5. You can write it in a fraction form where you have minus 10 all over minus 2. You can even say it this way: minus cancel minus. That is this minus cancel this minus. You can put it that way. You now say 10 divided by these 2, the answer is 5. And there's one thing I want to clear you. There's one thing I want to clear you. When you have this thing I want to clear you here is this. When you have plus number, at times you see a number that just 2. This number that is 2 is the same thing with the number that is plus 2. So whether it's just 2 alone or plus 2, it's still the same number. So just like the other example I gave to you, when you have minus 2 times 2 is what? Minus 4. Because this 2 here, we know that it is plus 2. So I may not like to put it this way. Minus 2 times plus 2. So whether I write it like this, it's still the same thing writing it this way. So what am I trying to tell you? In writing positive numbers, you can put the sign of positive like plus. You can put the sign of plus, or you may not put it. Except if you are adding, then you must put addition sign. So, but if it's just that you want to write a number, if that number is just plus, you can decide to write it 3. Nobody will penalize you. Or you can decide to write it plus 3. Nobody will still penalize you. But if that number is minus, you must always write the sign with the number. What am I trying to say? When you have this is minus 2 now, for example. This minus 2 now, there is no way you can come and tell me that you can write this minus 2, that you can write it like this. No. Anywhere you will write this minus 2, you must put the minus sign. It's a must. So any negative number must bear the sign. 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 I repeat it many times. So these are always confuse students. So then in case of subtraction, in case of subtraction. For example, when you see 3 minus 2 is simple for students, they will tell you the answer is 1, which is true. But some students will find it difficult when they see minus 3 minus 2. They will not know what to do in this case. They will be saying, how can I take away 2 from minus 2? So therefore, there is no way you can take these 2 away from this 3 because both of them are minus. What do? You combine them. You do a kind of addition. You add them together with their minus sign as the answer. 3 plus 2 is 5. So therefore, there will be minus 5. The answer is minus 5. So minus 3 minus 2 will give you minus 5. You just add them together because there's no way you can take away this minus 2 inside the minus. It's just like having a hungry man. It's just like having 2 hungry men. One is trying to get food to eat. Then one of the hungry men come across the other hungry man. There's no way this hungry man can take food from the other hungry man. Instead, the two of them will join together and begin to look for food. That is what is happening here. There's no way this hungry man too can take food from the hungry man 3. What did they do? Two of them will team up together. They will become 5 hungry men and start looking for what they will eat. That is simple. Then another confusion for students in this case is some students used to find it difficult. In this case, what I'm trying to clear is basic mathematics. I want to clear some basic mathematics. So some students used to find it difficult when they see something like this. 3 minus 2. They will quickly tell you it's 1. But when they see minus 2 plus 3, remember that this thing, you can write it with plus 3. Or you can write it like this. But in case of this way I'm writing it, you must put plus 3 so that it will blend like this. That is mathematical way. You cannot change it when you want to join it with 2 numbers. So like this, okay? The other one I was telling you, when you have minus 2 times plus 3. There's no way I put it in bracket in order to differentiate it from this one. Unless you don't have this, then you can now leave it without bracket. That's what I'm trying to say, so that you don't confuse with what I've said before. So what am I trying to say? Some students used to find this difficult. They will quickly tell you answer. 3 minus 2 is 1. But when you just bring 2 in front, they will be confused. It's still the same thing. He's still taking away this minus 2 inside 3. The answer will still be 1. If it's confusing you, you rearrange it now. You can first of all write 3 and say minus 2. It will become easy if this one is confusing you. So whether the minus is in front or at the back like this, what you just do is to take away this thing from the positive 1. Take away the 2 from positive 1. Take away this minus 2 from positive 1. So don't be confused where the negative number is located. That is why I'm clearing this. You can watch this several times. By watching it several times, it will enter your subconscious mind, then you know it. Okay? So another thing that used to confuse some people that are not well grounded in mathematics is when you have minus 2. When you have, sorry, when you have 2, when you have 2 or 3 or any positive number subtracted by bigger number. When you are subtracting bigger number from smaller number, some people that are not well grounded in mathematics used to be confused. But it's a simple thing. What are you trying to achieve? We know that we always take away minus number from positive number. Do you understand? So, but in this case, this one is bigger. But we want to take this minus 7 away from 2. But this 2 is not up to 7. What do? We just take away 2 number out of this. Then minus 5 will still remain. So 2 minus 7 is minus 5. What am I? Let me give you in another explanation. Take for instance now, you give 2 orange to 7 children. Remember, I used to call minus number hungry men. You give 7 children that are hungry of orange. You give them 2 oranges. And the instructions say that 1 children must take 1. You don't need to begin to divide the orange to one of them, to each of them. So the instructions say 1 child must take 1 orange. But the orange is only 2. So, and there are 7 children that are hungry of orange. So what do? 2 out of the 7 children, we take 1. How many are remaining? 5. It will still remain 5 children that are still hungry of orange, that are still in need of orange. So that is another way of explaining this for you to understand it. So whenever you are subtracting bigger number from the smaller number, you understand? You just take away that smaller number away from that bigger number you're subtracting. What am I saying? Just like now we have 7 minus 2. 7 minus 2, the answer is 5. Because this hungry 2 needs 2 from 7 to be okay. So it has collected the 2, the 5 food is still remaining. Here in other way, the 7 hungry men needs food. So the 2 here will take the 2, it will still remain minus 5. So what you just do is to take away that number. Take away the number out. What am I trying to say? If you have 3 minus 8, you just take away 3 out of 8. Because 3 here, take away 3 out of 8. Remember that the answer will still remain, the answer will still carry minus. When you have minus 1, when you have 1 minus 5, you just take away 1 inside here. It will still remain 4 that are still hungry. That's a simple thing. So you repeat this thing. 2 minus 7, the answer is minus 5. 3 minus 8, the answer is minus 5. 1 minus 5, the answer is minus 4. The answers carry minus because the bigger number is being subtracted from the smaller number. Unlike the first one, when you have 7 minus 2, the answer is 5. No minus sign like this one because smaller number is subtracting. The same thing when you say 8 minus 3, the answer is 5 because subtracting smaller number from bigger number, unlike this one that I picked. So the answer is the same number. But the difference is that if you are subtracting bigger number from smaller number, the answer will carry minus. But if you are subtracting smaller number from bigger number, the answer will not carry any sign. That is it. So you can watch it steady, and know what I'm trying to say. So that is what I try to say what I try to teach now. Then there are so many things I have, which I can even, if there's no time for me to conclude it here, you can visit other of my YouTube tutorial on mathematics. I will still clear all of them. Then another thing now is when you have, remember, okay, I've cleared that one. When minus is in front and this one is in back, you just know that the answer is just 5. It's cleared. Then in division is also cleared. Then another thing I have to tell you now is mixing the numbers. One of the example I want to show. For example, you may have 2 plus 5 minus 3 minus 8. Now, if you have something like this, how do you solve it? What do? We have positive numbers here. 2 is positive here, 5 is positive here. But in this one is negative, this one is negative. What do? You collect, you add negative, just like what I say. This is negative, this is negative. You add them, they are hungry men. You add this negative together. Then positive are food. You add them together. 2 plus 5 is 7. You understand? This is 1. Then you still add this one together because they are hungry people. 8 and the 3, you add them together, which is 11. You still put the minus because they are hungry. And here again, remember, they need to eat food. But the food is not enough. What do? You just take away 7 out of the 7 here. We take away this, we take this away, maybe cancel out this 7. How many is remaining? To remain minus 4. Just take away this 7 inside this, it will remain minus 4, which still needs something. So all this used to confuse students. Watch it again and again, it will enter a subconscious mind, then it will be there. If you want to form a habit, repeat that action steady, it will be part of you. You may have it as so many numbers like this. You will have it, you can even have minus 7 minus 8 plus 3 minus 2 plus 5 plus 6. Have so many. What do? You just collect those minus together and add them. We have minus 2 here, we have minus 8, we have minus 7 here. This minus 7 and the minus 8 is minus 15. You still add this minus, it will now be minus 17. Then you add 2 positive together. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 6 is 14. You still put 14. Remember what I told you, whether the minus number, whether the negative number is in front or back, you must take away this one inside this. So, and if you want to clear yourself, you rearrange it by saying 14 minus 17. It's still the same thing. But if you are well grounded, you know that this is still the same thing with this. So just take away this from here. And remember that this one is smaller than this. So what you just do, take away 14 inside this. What is remaining is minus 3. What is still the same thing? 14 minus 7. Take away this 4. You take away 14 inside here. It will still remain minus 3 that needs to be satisfied. So that is that. That is all about I want to teach. Then another thing that I always confuse students is what I call BODMAS. BODMAS. In BODMAS, you see BODMAS. 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 In this BODMAS now, B stand for bracket, O stand for off, D stand for division, M stand for multiplication, A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. At times you see a problem in mathematics that contains all this. So for example, you may have, let me just give you a simple example of that. You may have 2 times 2 in bracket. Then you see of 2. Then you see division, divide by 4. See multiplication, multiply by 2. See subtraction, see addition, plus 3 minus that subtraction minus 7. Guys, you see a math that contains all these things. What do? You just remember your board math. What does my board math say? My board math say when you have bracket, first treat bracket before you do other things. When you have of, secondly, treat of. The third one, treat division. The fourth one, treat multiplication. The fifth one, treat addition. Then the final is subtract. So what do we do here first? The first is to take away bracket. If I want to take away bracket, I'll just multiply what is inside. 2 times 2, 4. Okay, let me just be doing it simply for you to understand. 4 of 2 divided by 4 times 2 plus 3 minus 7, for example. So now, secondly, take away of. If you want to take off in mathematics, you just put multiplication. If you want to remove this off, what do? Just put multiplication sign. That if you put multiplication sign, it means that you have taken away off. You say 4. Taking away this off means times. You have taken it away. So anywhere you see off in multiplication, it means times. You just remove that off and put times. No, it's there. Times 2 divided by 4 times 2 plus 3 minus 7. So next one says division. Division is what you will do before multiplication. What do? You say 4 divide 2. Let me do it in a way that it will be simple for us to do something. Let us change this one to 2 so that you will understand what I'm doing. As I do it here, I will still change it here. I will still change it here, just for easy clarification, okay? So next thing is division. Division say you divide first. So you now have 4 times divide. 2 divided by 2 is now 4 times 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So division has gone. Times 2 plus 3 minus 7. So now, next thing is what? Next thing is what? Next thing is multiplication. Next thing, remember our board mass. So next one we have solved bracket, we have solved off, we have solved division. Next thing is multiplication. How many multiplication we have here? We have these 2, 1, 2, 3. So we do it first. 4 times 1 is 1. Sorry, 4 times 1 is 4, right? 4 times 1 is what? 4, not 1. 4 times 1 is what? 4. Then 4 times 2 is what? 8. You now say 8 plus 3 minus 7. So next one is addition. Addition. Then you say 8 plus 3 is 11 minus 7. So addition. So the last thing you do is subtraction, which is 11 minus 7 it remains what? 4, the final answer. So if you see where anywhere you see mixture of multiplication sign, addition sign, subtraction sign, bracket sign, of everything, you just remember your what? BODMAS. Write down BODMAS and begin to take it step by step. That's all. You can repeat this thing. This thing contains everything. Then at times in this type of mass, it may not contain all of them. It may not do what? It may not contain all of them. It may not contain all of them. So at times you see something like this. Times you see something like this. You see 3 times 4 divided by 2 plus 3 minus 2. So we have multiplication here, we have division here, we have addition here, we have subtraction here, but there is no bracket, there is no off. But still, you still remember by your BODMAS. You still remember what? Your BODMAS. So at times you see this, remember I said that at times you see this thing, it will not contain all of them. At times you see only division, only multiplication sign, division sign, addition sign, and subtraction sign. So, but it will still be the same thing. Remember your BODMAS. So off is not there, we have no problem. The bracket is not there, we have no problem. Off is not there, we have no problem. Then we check whether division is there. Yes, division is there. We do division first. We say 3 times 2 divided by 4 is 2. We have cleared that one. Plus 3 minus 2. We have cleared division. Another thing is multiplication. Yes, multiplication is there. We say 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 3 minus 2. Remember, plus 3 minus 2. The next one is addition. Okay, it's addition there. Yes, 6 plus 3 is 9 minus 2. The last one is subtraction, which is, the answer is used 7. 9 minus 2 is 7. So you still repeat the video. That's all. Okay? So you can watch it. Then at times you see even fewer. Even fewer. It can contain fewer. It may contain, you may see another example like this. You may see another example like this. You may see another example like 10 times 2, or you may see it this way, 10 divided by 10, sorry, the marker is 10, you see 10, oh my god, please just give me some time to change the marker, please. Okay, so just be pondering on what I've said. 10 divided by 10 divided by 2 plus 3 minus 2. 10 divided by 2 plus 3 minus 2. You see, you still remember your BODMAS. Next thing, off is not there. Okay, let me take away division sign, but I want to reduce it for you to get more knowledge on this. So now You see 10 times 2 plus 1 minus 2. Okay? So, what is the next? You check your board mass. Remember your board mass. Bracket is not there. Off is not there. Division is not there. Next thing is multiplication. You now remember, go and do multiplication first, which is 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 2 is 20. Then plus 1 minus 2. So what again in your board mass is addition. You say you do addition first. 20 plus 1, which is 21, minus 2. So finally subtraction. It will be 21 minus 2, which the answer will be 19. So there are so many other video tutorials in mathematics. I've come to YouTube to help people that are not grounded in mathematics in all aspects of mathematics, in all aspects, in every topic of mathematics. Just go to my YouTube channel and check every aspect of mathematics you can think of or you come across of. I am here to treat it. Okay, see you in my next video. Please, if you find this tutorial useful, I beg you to do or to subscribe. Subscribe to this channel and give it a thumb up. Give it a thumb up. Please subscribe and give it a thumb up. See you in next video. Thank you so much.